Did you know that every day you're likely being manipulated without even realizing it? Yes, it's a shocking revelation. It's like being a puppet in someone else's show, unknowingly dancing to their tune. But don't worry, it's not your fault. Manipulation is subtle, it's sneaky, and it's everywhere. From the minute we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, manipulation is prevalent. It's in the advertisements we see, in the news we read, and even in our personal relationships. It's like a chameleon, blending seamlessly into our daily lives, making it difficult to spot. But why should we care? Well, understanding manipulation is crucial for our mental health, our relationships, and our overall well-being. It equips us with the tools to protect ourselves and to navigate our world with more confidence and control. So buckle up as we delve into the dark psychology of manipulation. Manipulation comes in many flavors, like a sinister ice cream shop. In the grand scope of things, manipulation can be categorized into three main types: psychological, emotional, and social. First up, psychological manipulation. This is the mind's version of a magic trick, where someone influences your thoughts or behavior without your consent. It's like having someone else at the steering wheel of your brain, navigating you towards their desired destination. Next, we have emotional manipulation. This is when your feelings are used as puppet strings, with the puppet master pulling at your heart to get you to dance to their tune. It's like being on an emotional roller coaster, except you didn't sign up for the ride. Lastly, there's social manipulation. This is where group dynamics and societal norms are exploited to influence you. It's like being in a play, but you didn't get to choose your role. Now that we know the types, let's dive into how they can manifest. Ever felt like you're on an emotional roller coaster? You might be dealing with an emotional manipulator. These are people who use your feelings like a puppeteer pulls strings. They understand your vulnerabilities and exploit them to serve their own interests. It's like being in a constant game of tug-of-war. But the rope you're pulling on is your heartstrings. Imagine a friend who always knows how to make you feel guilty when you can't hang out, or a partner who showers you with affection one moment and then goes cold the next. You end up feeling confused, drained, and often blaming yourself. That's the power of emotional manipulation. It's subtle, it's insidious, and it can leave you questioning your own reality. Remember, emotional manipulators are experts at playing the victim. They'll twist situations to make you feel like the bad guy. It's a dark and twisted dance where you're always left one step behind. Emotional manipulation can be draining, but it's just one part of the dark triad. Get ready to meet the infamous trio: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. They make up the notorious dark triad, a chilling cocktail of personality traits that can be a breeding ground for manipulative behavior. Narcissism is characterized by a grandiose sense of self-importance, a constant need for admiration, and a lack of empathy. Now imagine this trait in a manipulator who only cares about their own needs. Next, we've got Machiavellianism, named after the political strategist Niccolo Machiavelli. It's all about manipulation and deception for personal gain. Think of a chess player, always plotting their next move, no matter the cost. Finally, there's psychopathy, marked by impulsive behavior, lack of remorse or empathy, and bold, disinhibited nature. It's the trait that can make manipulators seem charming and exciting, while they're actually causing harm. These traits can cause havoc in relationships, so let's look at that next. Love is a battlefield, especially when manipulators are involved. In relationships, manipulators often use tactics like guilt-tripping, playing the victim, and gaslighting, where they twist reality to make you question your own perceptions. They may also use love bombing, showering you with affection and praise only to withdraw it later as a form of control. It's a sinister dance, and it's essential to recognize these steps. To shield yourself from this dance, understanding is your best armor. Knowledge is power, after all. Recognize these behaviors for what they are, not signs of love, but of control. Don't be afraid to question, to challenge, to demand honesty and respect. Setting boundaries is also crucial in any relationship. It's okay to say no, to demand space, to protect your peace. Remember, a relationship should be a partnership, not a power play. Knowing the signs is the first step to setting boundaries. Boundaries are like personal force fields. Let's learn how to set them up. Imagine you're a castle and boundaries are your walls, protecting you from unwanted invaders. They are crucial in maintaining your emotional health and self-respect. So, how do we establish these metaphorical walls? Firstly, understand your limits. If you're uncomfortable with someone's actions or words, that's your cue to set a boundary. Secondly, express your boundaries clearly. You're not writing a mystery novel. Your boundaries should be as clear as a sunny day. Thirdly, don't feel guilty. You have every right to protect your well-being. Remember, setting boundaries is a process. It's like learning to ride a bike. You might wobble at first, but with practice, you'll be cruising smoothly. It's okay to adjust your boundaries as you grow and learn. Remember, your boundaries are your castle walls. Guard them fiercely. With these tips, you're on your way to empowerment. Empowerment is the best defense against manipulation. Imagine yourself as a fortress. The walls are your self-confidence, the watchtowers are your self-awareness, and the guards are your assertiveness. Each of these elements plays a crucial role in keeping the manipulative forces at bay. Self-confidence is your first line of defense. It's the unshakable belief in your worth and abilities. When you're confident, you're less likely to fall for someone's attempts to control or belittle you. Next up is self-awareness, acting as your own personal surveillance system. It helps you identify and understand your feelings, behaviors, and reactions. It's about knowing your strengths, weaknesses, and triggers, making it harder for someone to manipulate you. Last but not least, assertiveness. It's the guards who aren't afraid to say no when the situation calls for it. It's about standing up for yourself, setting boundaries, and expressing your needs and feelings directly. Remember, even workplaces aren't immune to manipulation. Workplace politics can sometimes feel like a game of chess with manipulative players. And just like that game, the key to winning is recognizing the tactics of your opponents. In the office, this might mean dealing with colleagues who subtly undermine your efforts, or bosses who exploit your dedication. These are classic signs of manipulation, and they're as damaging as they are common. But here's the good news: you're not powerless. The first step to combating manipulation is awareness. Keep an eye out for colleagues who seem to be playing mind games or supervisors who make unreasonable demands while promising vague rewards. Once you've identified these patterns, it's time to take action. Stand your ground, express your concerns, and don't be afraid to seek support from HR or your co-workers. Remember, the game of chess is won by strategic moves and not by the loudest voice on the board. Stepping away from the office, let's explore the manipulation woven into our digital lives. Social media, a manipulator's playground. Imagine this: the digital world as a giant chessboard, with social media platforms as the squares. In this game, manipulators are the skilled players, using tactics such as spreading disinformation, gaslighting, and cyberbullying. They exploit the human need for connection and validation, twisting it to serve their own ends. But all is not lost. Remember, knowledge is power. By being aware of these tactics, you can protect yourself. Be critical of what you read and see online. If a post or message seems too good to be true, it probably is. And remember, it's okay to unfollow or block users who make you uncomfortable. Maintain a healthy skepticism online. Don't let your guard down just because you're behind a screen. Your digital self deserves the same respect and protection as your physical self. But it's not just social media. Even advertisers have tricks up their sleeves. Ever bought something you didn't need? You might have fallen for an advertiser's manipulation. Advertising is an art and manipulation, its secret weapon. It's not always about convincing you that you need a product, but more about creating that desire. This can be done through various tactics. One common trick is the use of scarcity, making you believe that an item is in limited supply and you need to get it now or miss out forever. Another approach is social proof, showing you how everyone else is using the product, making you feel left out if you don't. Advertisers also play on your emotions, using heartwarming stories or fear-inducing scenarios to sway your purchasing decisions. So how do you resist these manipulations? Stay aware of these tactics, question if you really need the product, and remember, it's okay to say no. Manipulation is all around us, even within ourselves. Sometimes we're our own puppet masters. Now that's an interesting thought, isn't it? Self-manipulation is a curious phenomenon where we trick ourselves into believing something that may not be entirely true or beneficial. It's like telling yourself you absolutely need that fourth piece of chocolate cake when you know it's not the best for your health. We can become experts at self-deception, convincing ourselves that we're entirely blameless in situations where we may have played a role. Or we might downplay our achievements, telling ourselves we were just lucky. How do we combat this? Start by watching your thoughts and the stories you tell yourself. Are they rooted in reality, or are they tales spun by self-manipulation? Next, practice self-compassion. It's okay to make mistakes, to not be perfect. Learn from them, grow from them. Finally, seek objective perspectives. Sometimes we're too close to see things clearly. Awareness is the first step towards change. So let's change for the better, shall we? So, we've taken a tour through the dark world of manipulation. We've explored its many facets, from the subtle nuances of emotional manipulation to the more blatant tactics used in advertising and social media. We've delved into the shadowy depths of the dark triad and discussed how manipulation can infiltrate relationships and workplaces. We've also talked about the importance of setting boundaries and how empowering yourself is the first step towards combating manipulation. Moreover, we highlighted the concept of self-manipulation awareness, because sometimes we might be the ones twisting our own realities without even realizing it. This journey was not to scare you, but to arm you with knowledge. Knowledge that will help you recognize manipulation when you see it, understand its mechanisms, and protect yourself effectively. Because when it comes to manipulation, awareness is indeed your strongest shield. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay aware, stay strong. Before we say goodbye, a quick reminder. If you found today's insights valuable, do give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more enlightening content. Feel free to share the wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. That's it for today, folks. We appreciate your time and truly hope you found this enlightening. Next up, we'll delve into the fascinating world of body language, a silent communicator. Remember, you have the power to stand against manipulation. Until next time, take care. And with that, we've come full circle. We've taken a deep dive into the murky waters of manipulation, explored its many forms, and armed ourselves with knowledge. Remember, understanding manipulation is not about using it, but about recognizing and resisting it. So keep your eyes open and stay empowered. Before we fade out, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our other videos. There's a wealth of wisdom waiting for you. Until next time, keep learning and growing.
Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.